Welcome. Take It Up with Jessica Lee. I'm here with David Lowe, who's the VP of Customer Operations at AppFolio. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm pleased to be here. Thanks.
Now, we're going to talk about this real estate market, particularly in how to manage the properties, because you've got a lot of tenants and landlords, and you have to have a platform to help them make that interaction smooth and efficient. And I know AppFolio is very dedicated to that area right now. And you're managing a team that helps them drive revenue through that superior customer experience. So I'm delighted to have you on the show, especially since you came from Intuit with like 19 years of great experience that you're bringing to this new exciting area. So David, talk to us, what is this company AppFolio and what are you hoping to do for them in the scaling aspect?
Thanks, Jessica. AppFolio, we're a vertical SaaS provider, and our primary vertical that we serve is in the property management space. And so there are many different stakeholders that we serve, like you were talking about, the renters to the homeowners or the owners of the properties, but very much so also the property managers and all the vendors that really have to support and deliver that experience, from leasing agents to maintenance professionals, right? These are all stakeholders that we serve through our platform today.
I see. Now you have over 1,400 employees. This company is nowhere near the size of Intuit, where you were from. So you came over here because that's a big opportunity. In particular, you're going to help drive the scaling of this operations, right?
The company is scaling for growth. That's right. And what really drew me here are three things, and they were actually very similar to Intuit. It's a great culture. And the culture is really foundational for the company, and it's important for the employees, but it's also just fundamentally how the company operates. And then that ties to the other pieces, which is the focus on customer, right? As a customer experience professional, and for the work that I do, it's really important to be in a company that really believes in customer and customer first, and really doing right by customers. And that goes to all the different things and functions that happen across the business. And that is core at AppFolio. That's very much a key part of the success that's gotten it to where it is today. And I saw those similarities. Mm-hmm. The leadership team was another piece that I happen to know some of the leaders that were in the company. Strong leadership team, great culture. And then the third piece, like you talked about, is growth. We're a public company. We had strong growth that we've demonstrated over the years. And when I joined Intuit, it was a long time ago, and it was a smaller company then. It was under $1 billion. And as I think about AppFolio, when I joined, I see that aspiration, and I believe that we can grow significantly. And the experience that I have in all the different kinds of roles that I've had over the years, I think it's a great opportunity to apply what I've learned in the company.
Okay, well, let's talk about that, applying what you've learned. What have you noticed as, okay, here are some of the processes, and this is how you would improve that to hit the scalability level you want to achieve certain objectives?
These are like the good problems to have in a company, right? As a company continues to grow, and as it moves from 50 people to 100 people, as it moves from that to the next to 300 people to 500, is when you hit that 1,000 and more, the reality is the company has to evolve. What used to work for communication, for alignment, for process, for even teams working together, doesn't necessarily work just exactly the same, mm-hmm. right? And that's a part of growth. And companies have to learn their way and figure out how to do that. And that's true. That's true of process. That's true of technology. That's true of also how teams work across, right? Like what used to be someone you could reach over and touch and talk to maybe is in a different office now, right? And so as we've also acquired companies. And so as we continue to scale, as we grow, which is a great thing, how we work, how the business operates also has to evolve. And those are some of the things, having come from Intuit and some of the a little bit larger scale in different teams, that bringing that perspective can also help us continue to accelerate for our growth.
Okay, David, please give us an example, because you've got more products, you've got more segments to go after, you got more employees now. So what do you do?
It's a great point. I'll give you an example. Today, about 1 million times a year, one of our customers will interact with some asset or some person, some way with AppFolio. And so even at our scale today, there's no way any person could manually read, understand, synthesize, all of those million touch points. And so one of the things that we're looking to do is actually to bring in AI ML, right? To use actual machine learning capabilities and technologies to apply text analytics to all the different touch points, all the things, whether if it's a net promoter survey, a phone call that we get, we do executive business reviews with our some of our customers, what they tell us their problems are, their needs, where their new capabilities, new features or gaps that they have, whatever those things are, we're now able to take that and we're able to take all that qualitative data, right, and combine it with metadata that we have. So we understand the lifetime value of a customer, or we understand where they are in their tenure with us. Are they a first-year customer or are they a tenured customer? Or the complexity of the customer, right? Which segment they're a part of. And so by being able to combine both that quantitative and that qualitative together, applying machine learning, we're able to actually really get to the heart of it and understand these latent themes and insights that our customers are telling us every day. But it's really hard to hear, right? When you have a million different touch points that are out there. And so, but then being able to take that and bring them to the right owners within the company, whether a big part is certainly product, we're a software company. And so working closely with our product teams to tell them, this is what customers are having trouble with. This is where they're not finishing, they're not completing their task in the product, right? Or where they say, this is a new capability I wish you had, couldn't you do this? Being able to provide that kind of clarity and those insights to the organizations to take action on is a great example of us being able to be more effective as we get larger, as we have more customers, right, and more touch points with our customers.
Yes, and I think most companies at the beginning, it's a very manual process where you're collecting that feedback from customers, manually sharing with people. But what you're saying is this, in order to scale, you want to automate that feedback, creating a way where the information is flowing to the right people so that they can take action to improve the CX.
That's right. It's automation, but not only that, it's leveraging machine learning, right? And so we're building text analytic models that are able to then parse what, again, customers are telling us in free form fields. And then even applying things to the concept of like sentiment, right? Are they, hey, I wish you would fix this, or this is horrible, this is the most important thing you have to do, or things that they love about us, right? This is amazing, like do more of this. And being able to apply the concepts of like sentiment or even effort, like things that are really hard to do, or I wish, and understanding that on a scale, those are really important additional insights that, again, we can bring to our product teams that really help them focus in and do additional discovery to really understand what those root cause issues are.
I see. All right, David. So let's talk about the impact on revenue, because we all know the CX is so important, right?
Yeah.
And so let's go into the details. So what are some of the levers that you pay attention to that makes a big difference on which one you pull?
So the thing I love about customer experience, right, and this goes back to my product management days, is fundamentally I have a belief. And my belief is if you do right for customers, you deliver better customer experiences, especially through the product and service that you offer, that it'll deliver the right business outcomes. And so with that belief, the approach is really understanding and identifying what are the most important workflows that your customers have. What do they use your product for? Or what are those predictive metrics, right? Not lagging indicators, but really understanding what's like many customers hire a product to do a job, right? So really understanding that fundamental job, not a feature that you're building, but the problem that that feature is solving, that capability. That's really, really understanding that at the heart and understanding the importance of that aligned to what customers really care about. And again, why they paid or why they're using your product. And really then dialing those metrics to understand those can be predictive to then, if you improve on those experiences, if you make them easier, you make them more effective, you make it so that they can successfully complete those tasks, that will drive the right business outcomes. And that could be retention, right? That could be ARPU or moving up market or buying more services. All those are great examples of, or it could be just greater engagement in the product, right? The more success that they have on these workflows means they'll be in your product or service more, they'll use it more, and they may expand to other capabilities. So my advice and what we're trying to do is really understand what those key benefits are that our customers are hiring AppFolio for to solve their problem, dialing those in from the metrics and understanding the predictive, really trying to understand causational impact to the business metric that we're also trying to drive.
Okay, great. Well, all of that requires a lot of data analysis. And so I know you have a team of people who work on that. I want to switch to asking about taking that insight, knowing where to help. Have you found that actually customers or users of the platform actually prefer the self-service model where they don't necessarily always want to go to you and get help, but they want to search information and take care of things on their own?
You know what, Jessica, that's a great point. And that's actually really spot on. And that's the truth. In the end of the day, people don't wake up every day saying, hey, I want to go call this 800 number, or I want to start chatting with someone to get questions and get an answer and kind of sit there while I'm trying to multitask, right? At the end of the day, our customers, they have a problem that they're trying to solve. They've bought our product and they're using it to meet that need. And what they want is the product to work. But if they do need help and they have a question, what's second best is being able to provide them the answer to that problem as quickly and easily as possible. And the reality is oftentimes that's actually through a self-service kind of self-help experience, right? And we are investing into those capabilities because we really see that, and we believe that if we can provide those customers with those answers, it's timely, it's relevant, it's contextual. And most importantly, they get back to the product and they get back to the job that they're trying to get done in the workflow. And I want to be clear, this doesn't mean we don't need to support our customers and that there isn't a need for our customer success team, because we are absolutely there for them when they hit those more complex issues and they really need somebody to walk through and guide them through all those. And we actually, that's one of our strengths, to be honest. And we're known for the customer service that we actually deliver. And we will continue to invest in those experiences. But being able to provide that relevant help in the product workflows and to get it to them in a more timely way is actually what customers prefer. Because at the end of the day, right, they just want to get back to what they were doing and get it done right.
What is the innovation there in trying to increase the self-service model?
It's actually it goes back to customer experience. When you think about product management, product design, user experience, right? There's so much that goes into product development and the workflows that we design capabilities, that in tech all day long. Customer experience is taking that same mindset, that same desire to solve, understand customers, their problems, their workflows, their needs, and design the most effortless, seamless experience, right? But taking it beyond just the product, but to every touch point that a customer has with a company, with a product. And so if you take that same mindset and then you apply it to self-service experiences, right? It may not sound that crazy or that much of a reach, but the reality, think about how many companies that do. Or is it just a support center and it's very reactive? If we put as much intention and investment and focus into those experiences as we did into the core product, like what kind of experiences might be different, and how could you solve those problems differently for customers? For me, in my experience, that's the shift, that's the mindset shift, that's the difference. And that's true of many experiences, not just self-service, but when you think across the end-to-end experience for customers.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there and they all have different preferences. Some people prefer to get help from a real person, walk them through it, and others are just more interested in finding the answer and solve it themselves. So giving people option, I think is really the key. Seems like you're investing in providing all of that. Is the deep technical help from a person or the self-service where you find answers and solve it on your own.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much, David, for being on the show to talk about AppFolio and the changes that you're making to scale the business further, grow it even further. So appreciate you sharing the tips.
Absolutely, Jessica. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
There you have it. Take it up with Jessica Lee, David Lowe from AppFolio.